Hello everybody. Let's talk Bund. This is the recap of today's FGBL Bund Future morning session of Tuesday, the 30th of July. There was my hypos, my 2 days hypos. Hypo number 1, range long levels 41 and pre-market lower high volume edge. And high volume edge then moved down to the level of 174.44. And hypo 2, if acceptance above the upper pre-market HVE, yesterday value high, we'll look for long with increasing buying volume at the yesterday high of the day, 174.57 and holding. And hypo 3, if value below 41, look for re-entry short with target 30.27. That's what it looked like. So we have the created level at the 44 from the pre-market and also the 42. This is the yesterday value area low, which we want to see then responsive buying. And then let's see how it was played out again. So after this low volatility day from yesterday, which makes trading obviously very hard because the ranges are really tight in the micro level with bad risk reward, today's Bund again started within the yesterday value. Prices went up fast and back down and around the region of 44 when I said we want to see responsive buying. The problem was that the signs of responsive buying, which appeared around the 9.8 area, 9.9, led to a quick move at the upside without liquidity. And this takes out the at the moment, didn't take out the at the moment high, but prices already went up so fast that one couldn't get a cheap entry. If I would have entered here, I would have entered at the 45, 46 level, which was already too expensive for me to enter when the range is only that tight. So I waited again for prices coming here and lower to get an entry. I entered then with this rejection sign number 1 in the delta, which you see here. We get lower. We have a rejection and we go in again low, and you see it. This attempt of buying here ended very quick. I made a mistake as I anticipated the second rejection of buying, which doesn't appear obviously. I take on the trade, recognized my failure and closed the position with a -3 ticks. Then, as you see, Delta showed us continuous selling. Selling. And this selling had no impact on price. As it has, okay, some little ticks were falling down, but all the time people sell. The bigger part was absorbed. And then price fell into a tight range for more than a half an hour. If you then go in and seeing that the absorption on downside taken place, you then have to be also beware, because see it that delta falls down all the time again. That means market selling. Price didn't react, but price got absorbed all the time at this 174.39 level. But it's okay. I said then I'm not looking here for a trade, because this is now a change again in the market mood that I don't want in my trading, because now we're back again in this same low volatile markets in the summertime. That is not good for the place I am looking for. So I decided then to stop my 2 days trading without reaching my daily loss limit, of course. But for me, it doesn't make sense to trade as long as those ranges and balance phase so tight. If you played anyway the hyper one, as see in this absorption continue, which you could because this was the set level, preset level 42, and you see below the 42, which is obviously this purple line here, below the 42 there's some values built, but the main VPOC was not following price, so it's not super trendish, even though delta pressure on the short side. If you played it, and that means why it makes no sense for me, you needed to stay in this trade for about an hour till you reach the upper volume edge, the other side of the value area high of today. So this doesn't make sense to me to stay in a trade. With my play, I don't want to be in this 1 hour scalping risk reward position. This makes no sense for me. What we recognized though was that the change in delta appeared in 9:50, 9:45 around. This is when the sell pressure starts to end and we are more like stagnation, more like on a neutral to more bullish behavior. And you see this also here in ask bid volume difference bars, that their more buyers now appear. And this was enough for price to then go up again, but still was not able to reach but only this low volume node or only this lower volume area, but wasn't able to get above. So this is still not the good risk reward, buys, bounces back. And then the same thing, volume dries out already around the 10 o'clock and later, and ongoing drying out volume and only very tight range now, very tight. As prices then made it a little bit to the higher distribution and to the higher side here, still as delta is not in a continuing very high bullish behavior, and it's still very tight. Market then later tried to get above and got above the yesterday value high, and even had a look like that they played along and the breakout, and even got some absorption, even got some re-increase of buying volume, but still everything happened very, very, very slowly. And in a low volatility market, that's not the market mood I need then for my trade. So anyway, no trading then in this phase here. And it's again tight range, balanced market, range trading. Right in front of the numbers, US numbers on the afternoon and the Fed board tomorrow. So thank you for watching. Happy to see you then tomorrow again. And happy learning, happy trading. This is Anton Hopful for Manapa Trading.